that thing, the last, chayada mattonnu nyekkunna poleയാണ്. That gives you the best, have a good regime. Now, I'll quickly move on because I'm taking you to the topic for the day. Finance profession is something very, very important. So you need to understand the importance of the finance profession. It is the most important profession which an economy look forward when it comes to handling the volatility. We know all those, everything when it comes to decision making. The decisions are purely based on financial level, no quantitative level. Everything in the financial level, and it will be converted into financial level. All right. So economy, in a volatile economy, if you don't have a grip of the finance, you had it. You had it. So finance is very important in economy, and finance is the blood of any business. I can give you 1,000 examples where company financial management, people invest. People, whenever they do business, they invest in such a way that they think that, okay, I am going to rule the market, and the market is maybe only 50, but those additional fixed cost investment is going to drain away your profit. So therefore, finance, proper management of finance is extremely important for any company, any nation. Okay, and it is data driven. It is not like emotional. Because of the Act of Parliament, it is considered as premier scientific research organization by the government of India. All the three. Few in number, less travel by others. When it comes to these three courses, for example, in the case of chartered cost accounting, there are about 78,000 people, and of which about 5,000 are practitioners. When it comes to chartered accountant, about 2 lakhs are practitioners. So that is the reason why we see more of a chartered accountant, but we are less traveled by others. And when it comes to commercial, hierarchy in the society, official hierarchy, I was working, as I told you, in a couple of 3-4 companies. We always get into the middle to senior level. Okay, so it is like that only. Of cost and management accounting, and we'll essentially discuss what is management accounting and other things. Then strategic management oriented. So strategic management oriented meaning he is looking at what strategies to be put in place so that company grows, so that company become efficient, company grows, and helps to increase the stakeholders' wealth or shareholders' wealth. Profession mainly focus on decision support system. What are the different things we will discuss? But then CMA essentially talks about supporting the decision-making process. End of the difference. To join Alberts for commerce is your decision. That decision is based on a thought process, not an emotional thing. So, cost and management accountants essentially help the management or the government to take decisions. So, that is something which is purely very niche. It is not like vouching. It is not like audit. It is not like compliance. You need to apply your mind based on using certain techniques. That is the order of the day, and that is going to rule the market. And in the terms of in times of COVID or any uncertainty, decision making makes for example, in the COVID times, companies like TCS decided that 25% will always work from home. We will reduce the fixed cost in infrastructure. All those things are learnings from the decisions taken based on learnings. And when you look at the main forte, it talks about management consulting, costing, pricing, how much cost to be put, how much price to be given, or indirect taxation, how much is a GST, and all those things. And if you are in service, as I told you, middle to senior management. So how do you pass that? There are 2 ways, friends. Number 1, +2, foundation, intermediate, and final. Once you do the +2, you need to write a foundation examination. Once you pass the foundation, you can take up intermediate and then final. And of course, in between, you need to undergo some business communication courses and computer courses. In CMA, once you register yourself as a value addition, we have given a certification course for SAP. SAP is a software where it is highly recognized in industry, because almost all major big industries work in in SAP software. Plus, Cambridge University is a communication skills, and you have a course on Microsoft Office. So these are all three certifications which you can get, which you will get, which you have to undergo and get it, so that you can be more employable. So that which you can be more employable. The moment you see that you have a SAP certification, companies will give you better. You have a better footage than others. Now, if you don't, right now, I think I'm addressing all those graduation, undergoing graduation students. So you can either do a foundation right now or wait for completion of graduation. If that be the case, after graduation, you can write directly intermediate examination, then final. Let me tell you about my experience. I was studying. I was in my college was my graduation was done in Sacred Heart College, Devara, and I did my graduation and ICMA together. And the by the time I qualified graduation, I could complete my intermediate. So I literally saved about 1 year, 1.5 years. All right, now coming to the institute mission, CMA professional would ethically drive enterprises globally by creating value to stakeholders in socio-economic context through competencies drawn from integration of strategy, management, and accounting. Friends, I would want to highlight a couple of words here. Enterprises globally. Enterprises globally, ethically drive enterprises globally, meaning this is not India specific course. Why? Because it talks about management accounting. It talks about taking decisions. It talks about creating value. So you are not restricted to Indian law. That is the difference between a chartered accountant and a cost accountant. Chartered accountant essentially looks into taxation of India, company law of India, and company secretary is essentially talk about company law of India. I'm not saying chartered accountants are not engaged in other countries. They are, but then they will lose their focus in whatever they have learned in their course will have to be forgotten if you're working in Gulf or anything else. You'll be less like a purely like a accountant, which is okay, which is well paid, well recognized. Now this is a course which is a global player, and look at the context. Look at the context through competencies. I engage myself with integration of strategy, taking decisions, long-term decisions, management of resources, and accounting. So end of the day, I'm an accountant also. So with the accountant, I will manage things and I will formulate strategies so that it creates value to the stakeholders. That is my mission. Look at this. This is a global vision. It's a global. I'm not positioning myself as a Indian guy. I'm positioning myself as a global guy. What is my vision? My vision is instead of cost accountants of India would be the preferred source of resources and professionals for the financial leadership of enterprises globally. Essentially talks about financial leadership of enterprises globally, not India specific. So I'm a finance professional. I would like to be a leader in finance, and I would like to drive enterprises, not just India, globally. These are all things we should understand. Then you should take a decision. Should I take this course or the other course? Normally, people don't go through all these things, and you end up regretting. Now, how did we come to this vision and mission? So, what is the definition given by ICMA London? It says the presentation of accounting information in such a way so as to assist management in creating policy and in day-to-day operations of an undertaking. Look how they are walking along with the management. They are not just an accountant. They are assisting the management in what? In creation of policy, where I should go, what is my next level, and in day-to-day operations of an undertaking. Now, what is CMA saying? CMA, Certified Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, UK. What are they saying? They say the process of management accounting is a process of identification, measurement, accumulation, analysis, preparation, interpretation, and communication. Look at the way they are slowly building up. I identify first, then I measure second, then accumulate, then I'll do analysis, then I'll prepare, I'll interpret, and communicate. To whom? To the management. For what? To plan, to evaluate, and control within an entity, and to assure appropriate use of accountability for resources. Management uses this for what? To appropriate use of accountability for its resources. Resources meaning men, machine, everything. Money, men, resource, everything. I will use this for accountability of resources. Management accounting also comprises the preparation of financial reports for non-management groups such as shareholders, creditors, regulatory agencies, and tax authorities. So it is not just for the management, it is for non-management group like my shareholders, creditors, regulatories, and tax authorities. Friends, this is the crux of CMA profession. This is the dynamics of CMA profession. CMA essentially looks at taking data, identifying and analyzing, and helps the management to take decisions so that they have a control of your resources. For example, if you have been given 5,000 rupees as a or 2,000 rupees by your parent as a pocket money or for some specific purpose, and if you don't have a control of that 5,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees, you spend or you keep it just like that, you are not spending. You have been given that for purchasing books or some subscriptions, but you are not neither subscribing or you are buying. It is lying as it. You would have been enriched. Now that is not happening. So likewise, management also should have a thought, a decision-making process in place so that it helps the management to take decisions, so that company does well, so that company efficiently functions, so that profit increases. If profit increases, the book value increases. If the book value increases, the market sentiments will go up. Market price will also ought to go up. When market price goes up, the wealth of the shareholders goes up. That is the essence of management accounting. Now, what is cost management? Friends, this is essentially like this. You have resources, men, machine, material. You plan that. Once you plan, how do you plan that? You make a estimation of cost. Assuming you are going to manufacture a mobile phone, you have these things, you have that facility there, you have that technology there, you have that machines there, you have land, building, people on board. Do an estimation of preparing of. Friends, let me tell you, there is something called cost sheet. You will one have to prepare a cost sheet and to estimate the cost. Once the estimation is done, you will do a budgeting so that you are earmarking certain amount for that particular function. And once you have a budget in place, you will record the actuals. Once you record the actuals, you will take variance. You will do a variance analysis, control measures, cost control. Once you understand there is a variance, you take corrective action so that you are working efficiently. Once you have that, you never know, you can benchmark certain costs. For example, you can say, okay, for a cup of tea, it will be 5 rupees. So let us sell it for 10 rupees or 7 rupees. Or if it's a big hotel or 5-star or 7-star hotel, for the administrative and the brand, you can keep it as 500 rupees. So essentially, it is a benchmarking process. Therefore, this is a very professional way of managing things rather than emotional way of managing things. So resource planning, cost estimating, cost budgeting, cost control, and benchmarking. Now look, just to go through the definition. Cost management is concerned with the process of finding the right project and carrying out the project in the right way. Planning, estimating, financing, funding, managing, controlling, and benchmarking. What? Costs, so that the project can be implemented within the time and approved budget and projected performance and improved and could be improved in time. Friends, this is absolutely missing in our companies. Only few companies have this process. Especially MSMEs don't know anything about this. End of the day, they make loss. You need to be efficient. You need to be efficient. If you are not efficient, you will not survive in this uncertainty. Black swan. Okay, always expect an unexpected. So how do they do that? They use management accounting techniques, scientific management accounting techniques. These are all few important management accounting techniques. I'm sure you're going to learn this in your BCom. Marginal costing, standard costing. Marginal costing, all of us know sales minus variable cost is equal to fixed cost plus profit. Standard costing, all of us know. Budgetary control, I was just mentioning about budgets. Budgets, actuals, variance, corrective analysis, break-even analysis, cost volume profit analysis, ratio analysis, interfirm comparisons, uniform costing, batch costing, like that. Internal audit. You understand that there is some issues. There is a control issue in the resources. You do an internal audit. Relevant costing. You take up decision based on relevant factors only. Activity-based costing. Activity-based essentially talks about a cost driver, which is the cost factor for cost incurrence there. And a variant of that is time-driven activity-based cost. So you are putting a time value, or we have a time factor for each of the cost drivers. That is time-driven activity-based cost. I told you about benchmarking. Then balance scorecard. How does all these stakeholders get benefit? You have business analytics. So these are the major management accounting techniques which you normally use in CMAs, cost and management accounting function. So I'm sure all of you will have a confusion as to what is financial accounting, what is cost accounting, what is management. Answer is this chart. Friends, financial accounting is the base. If you don't know about financial accounting, you cannot understand anything about management accounting. I told you management accounting essentially talks about financial leadership. Financial leadership. So therefore, you need to have a basic understanding of finance. So financial accounting essentially talks about journals, ledgers, trial balance, even though all these things are literally taken away by the computerized accounting, but then for the sake of presentation I have to say this: journal, ledger, trial balance, balance sheets, profit and loss account, schedules, all those things comprises of the financial statements. So unless otherwise you can't understand financial accounting, you will not be able to understand the cost accounting. What is cost accounting? Cost accounting essentially talks about understanding the different types of costing: prime cost, cost of goods sold, cost of sales, profits. No, in the prime cost, direct material, direct labor, direct expenses, factory overheads, administrative overheads, sales and marketing overheads. All those things is essentially talking. The base is from the financial accounting. If you don't have any clue about financial accounting, you'll have a tough time in cost accounting. So cost accounting is a second level of it, which is one notch above financial accounting. And once you have an understanding of cost accounting and financial accounting, you jump into the management accounting, which essentially talks about decision making system that helps management to take decisions. Who does that? A management accountant. Who is a management accountant? Anybody in India. Who is the topmost guy? So CMA. CMA is the only professional body in India which is accredited by the government of India by an act of parliament. Therefore, he is given a power to put the signature. He has been given that power. So in India, and ICMA, instead of Cost Accountants of India, is the largest person in India and second largest in world. Okay. So therefore, this is something which you should hierarchy. This hierarchy you should you should keep it in your mind. Financial accounting, cost accounting, and on top most it is management accounting. Where do you get posted? Public sector, private sector, and profession. You can, if you look at the positioning, CA, CMA, or MBA finance in the public sector. Private sector, I'm a live example. You get placed and paid well. Profession, yes, I was being into. I can only talk about myself. There are a lot of chartered professionals, CMA professionals, who create value to their stakeholders. Fees, more or less the same, all the three courses. But then, in the case of MBA, CMA, it is about 55,000 spread over a 3 years term. Exams twice in a year. Right now we are having an online examination. And same questions, and across the world, same questions, same time, same questions. So which are the job normally you see in either private sector or public sector? CFO, Director of Finance, Finance Director, Fed of Finance, Shared Service, I'm talking about BPOs, Business Analytics, Business Analysis job, Financial Analysis job, Internal Audit, Mergers and Acquisition Director, Internal Audit Director, and Compliance of Investor Relations. So if you compare these professions with MBA, this is my view. It is like an attest function. Accounting board, accounting professions have got an attest function, Government of India backing, whereas MBA you do not have. Even if you pass from IIMs, you will not have an attest function. Superior quality, both are good. I'll agree to that. Few in number, hence always in demand. If you can give me a cost accountant right now, I can place at least 2 of them right now. In the case of MBA, I think only few MBAs brings out good students. Here the syllabus changes every 4 years, so you are updated. Strict regime, passing examination of a very, very strict regime. Wide option, service and profession. In the case of MBA, you can only do service or do your own business. In this case, you can do anything. Course strictly to rectify the structure, to rectify the defects. Even if there is a defect, you will rectify yourself by quickly moving. And there are a lot of memorandum of understanding with global institutions. So MBAs, you don't get to see such things. There are a lot of mushrooms coming up. But then I always see there is an edge for MBA students when it comes to presentation and communication. Essentially, it is because they have been they're pushed to do presentations. And that has been taken care of in the case of CA, CMA, and CS, where you have business communication seminars and presentations to be made. So what is my recommendation? If the choice is MBA, choose only IIMs or CMA because it's a decision support system. If the interest is to compliance and post-mortem analysis, please go ahead and do CA. You are looking for tax, you're looking at Companies Act, you're looking at GST, post-mortem, not futuristic, post-mortem, go ahead and do NCA. If you're liking towards working in a company, taking care of the board of directors decisions and a corporate level, please go ahead and join CS. You can do practices also. If the interest in proactiveness, value addition, decision making, strategies, invariably my choice would be CMA. So this is about our institute. Quickly we'll go through in another 5 minutes time, 10 minutes time. It's a statutory body, 28 May 2019, 59. So we are 62 today. It was a company in 1944, then converted into an act of parliament. As I told you, the premier scientific research organization and objectives. CMF function as a powerful tool of management decision. And I've discussed that, vision and mission. Why? Because of growing globalization and increased competition. When it comes to competition, you try to give more by giving more effective. You are being more efficient. You will focus on more efficiency, operational effectiveness, for which decision making is important. That's why CMA is preferred. Competition demanding total cost management. Friends, gone are the days where you can just simply add your sales price. No. Only when you optimize your cost, you can make profits. Now, optimizing cost is not in one area or to a couple of areas. No, it is a total cost management that starting from the inventory to the marketing people. Everyone, the entire loop has to be cost focused. Previously, it was like a silo, a typical silos, and everyone never used to understand the importance of cost. Now, each one will be given a focus on the cost, so that total cost management is an area taken up, an initiative taken up by CII. I would request you to go through CII website, Confederation of Indian Industry website, and understand the TCM. Amazingly good. Need for fast strategic decision making. Now you don't have time to take this. Look at the way Corona, because of the Corona, how vaccines have been, manufacturing decision on vaccines. Oxygen, ventilators, oxygen plants. So these are all typical management accounting functions. Okay, yeah, all those things. Qualification that evolve to meet changing demands of the employer. Vision, we've discussed integrity. Yes, we are followed by a code of ethics, so we have to follow that. It is not like arbitrary decision making process. No, we have to strictly follow that. So based on the syllabus, please understand, based on the syllabus, we have broad business competencies. We have to undergo a training of 15 months. So people will have a better knowledge, a hands-on experience in the field of taxation, cost management, and other things. And typically, what do they do? What do they do normally? If a cost accountant takes up a job, he will look into designing of a MIS, Management Information System. Who uses that? Management uses that. For example, when I was working with HDFC Bank, we used to have a one pager for each branch. One pager essentially talk about the business target for each of the bank, operational charges for each of the branches, and you know where you are at the end of the month. It is not like end of the year you get a shocking. No. So one pager used to be our Bible. So this is designed by a cost and management accountant. Project financing, how you do that. Environment and energy audit, consultation of ERP, enterprise resourcing planning. Friends, this is a critical area. It's a huge amount, huge number of people are going into ERP area, cost accountants. They help the management to implement a system software or integrated resource planning. So they will have a reasonable understanding, a fair understanding of the functional aspects of the company. So you'll be wondering, sir, functional aspects of the company? Yes, friends, not just finance. Because in the intermediate level, there is a paper. That paper is on engineering subject, operation management and control. Don't get carried away. It is very simple. Taxation. So this, when you are saying that you are a decision making person or decision supporting person, you cannot say, no, look, I don't have, I will look only at the finance. No, you are a person who will have a reasonable understanding about everything. That is the function of the management accountant. You are a go to that person. Okay, he will have a solution for that. You need to have a fair understanding of production, fair understanding of operations, fair understanding of marketing, fair understanding of purchase, reasonably fair understanding of purchase, because there you can optimize, and absolute control over the finance function. So that is the beauty of CMA. These are all things which we have discussed. Now this is there are 4 regional council, and Southern Regional Council, I am one of the elected members in Kerala, the only elected member in Kerala, and we have got this much of students and members. There are 3 levels. In the foundation level, fundamentals of economics and management. All of us you have done in +2, plus I'm sure that you will have that in your BCom level exams also. Fundamentals of accounting, and I'm not even mentioning that. Accounting will be there for a BCom commerce guy. Fundamentals of law and ethics, a bit of law, a bit of ethics. Very simple. Fundamentals of business, mathematics, and statistics. I'm sure you will have business statistics in your BCom paper. If not, if you have taken commerce and mathematics, or in the +2 level also, certain people will have mathematics subjects. So therefore, that which you have learned 4 or 5 times during your +2 and you are doing in BCom level, I'm sure if you attempt, you are going to pass. Not because you are great, I'm not saying like that, but basically you have studied 5 times, friends. That which you have studied 5 times, how can you fail? So that's what I just went after this, and I didn't even study for my foundation. But I'm not saying that you should take it lightly. If you're interested, you should definitely go through the papers. I was fair enough. I was lucky enough. I got through the foundation in the first year of BCom itself, and there I started off CMA, and end of the day, I was not. It was not required for me to focus more on BCom subject, because anyway it is there in the intermediate level. So it was like luxury for me. Look at the intermediate: financial accounting, law and ethics, direct taxation, cost accounting. Everything which you're studying. So if you study for CMA, for your graduation level examination would be very, very simple. This is the one which I have paper 9, operations management and strategic management. Engineering subject. It talks about engineering processes, work study, motion study, all those things. So you will have an understanding of how decision making is happening, how to bring in efficiency in the management. Cost and management accounting, accounting and financial management. Very, very important, very simple. Not simple. I'm not saying it is simple. For those people who are passionate about the profession, it is going to be very easy for them. Indirect taxation, company law. And this I would like to highlight this. Look at the final subject, corporate law and compliance. So he is a person who knows about laws of India, strategic financial management. So he knows, here everything talks about decision making. Now you link that with the objective of the management accounting to help the management in taking decisions. Strategic cost management, direct taxation law, international law, it is talking about taxation also. Financial reporting, talking about accounting. Indirect taxation, practice, everything. And cost and management auditing. Cost audit and management audit. Management audit is how they are auditing the decision-making processes, the effectiveness of the decisions. Strategic performance management and business valuation. Friends, look at this. This is the game changer. This makes CMA far more superior in the years to come because you are helping the management to take decisions. Those who help you, you will love them. That is a simple logic. If somebody is not going to help you by giving information, you are not going to like them. But this guy, a cost and management accountant, through his information analysis, he will help the management team to take decisions critically. Assuming you want to be in the government system, you can do there is something called cost audit services and all those things which you have discussed. Work assigned for the under the Companies Act. I told you. And there are tie-ups, MOUs. I've missed a couple of things. There are a lot of tie-up with Institute of Public Accountants Australia, ICSI, CC, and all those things are there. I would want each one of you to look at the website because every other day we come up with some. And if at all you want to become a teacher, it will be considered at par with PhD in AICTE. These are the tie-ups which we're talking about. Other specialities, we have a campus interviews, we have employment training cells, and these are the chapters in Kerala and head office Calcutta, Trivandrum, Kottayam, Cochin, Thrissur, Palakkad, Kozhikode, and an open discussion. I'm game. I'm actually okay with having a discussion. We started off at 10, and you gave me this thing by 10:10, and now it is 11. So that means we have got another 10 minutes for consultation. All of you can see me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
So I have a doubt regarding what you said.
Okay.
Sir, as you said that most of the companies used to attain the status of failure because of poor financial management, right, sir? Sir, can you tell an example for that which occurred in your life or an experience?
Yeah. Can you put?
So most of the companies which used to attain a failure status, you told the reason as poor financial management. Right? Can you tell an example for that?
Yeah. I can give you 1,000 examples. Yeah, I'm an insolvency professional, and we handle companies who are in distress, who have defaulted, and they are not able to pay its dues to the creditors. They are back in trouble. I tell you, don't ask me to name the company, but then I'll give you an extreme case and a small case that will make you happy. All right. Let me put the name. What is it? It is in the public domain. Friends, there is something called Bhushan Steels or SR Steels. I'm sure all of us have heard. SR Steels have undergone insolvency process. They were defaulting with state companies or the banks because they have installed huge capacity, steel production capacity. It went for a toss. Why? Because China was importing. India was importing steel from China for a less than half of the figure. So they had huge financial cost. They could not, they could not maintain that. They defaulted all the bankers, all the creditors. Then it came to insolvency and it was done. Bhushan Steel, yet another company,